here with Andre Gordon, and this is the Fifth Quarter Productions. Meet Andre Gordon, the 6'2" standout point guard from Sydney, Ohio, who recently committed to Virginia Tech in the fall of 2018. Andre is known for his flashy skills and high-flying dunks, but is also known to put his team on his back and help lead them to the win. He finished his Sydney high school basketball career with a total of 2,013 points, 550-plus assists, and as the all-time three-point leader. Today, I had the opportunity to sit down with Andre and talk about basketball, family and friends, and life. All right, Andre. So at a young age, you put in the work. Obviously, you worked hard at your craft. What inspired you or pushed you to become the person or player you are today?
Probably just growing up around negativity, I guess. Just always hearing about people not making it out of Sydney and people like being so good and not getting anywhere. I feel like just pushing from hearing that, just motivation and stuff like that.
As you look to start your freshman year at Virginia Tech, what are some goals you look to accomplish or set for yourself?
Big one, going to the NCAA tournament. That's probably the biggest one. Playing in March Madness, getting to know my teammates and stuff like that. Being on Virginia Tech campus, getting to know everybody there, finding out what I'm majoring and studying. That's probably a big part.
So as we're on the topic of the NCAA tournament, Virginia Tech is in the Sweet 16 and they play Duke tonight. How big of a part of going to the NCAA tournament was a factor in choosing what school you wanted to go to?
Probably a big part was Buzz. He's a great coach. Last 3 years, he started out 2-12, I think, in the conference. He's upgraded probably 10 wins plus then. So since then, I think it's just NCAA tournament's just gonna be live. I mean, we got Duke tonight, so it's gonna be crazy. Also, you said meeting your players and playing with them. Is there any big names you're looking forward to with next year recruits or next year players? Virginia Tech, their point guard, Justin Robinson, he's leaving this year. So I feel like I got a big role coming in. Coach is telling me I got a lot of shoes to fill, so I feel like that's a big part of my game. Again, just meeting teammates, Yeezy, Anthony, Eman, all of them, stuff like that. It's going to be fun.
All right, so you've played some pretty good people in your career, AAU and high school basketball. So if you had to create an all-time starting five, including you, so 4 other players, what would it be?
I'm going to stick with the Ohio boys, so it'll be me, Samari, Amari, Jeremiah Francis, Jeremiah Francis, and Darius Bazin.
All right, as a high school basketball player, you achieved a lot of goals. 3-point, all-time leader, all-time point leader, player of the year, GWAC. Which one to you was the biggest one for you?
Biggest one, I'm a point guard. I like assists. I got a career high of 550 assists. So I feel like that's a big part of my game. I'm a leader, so the assist part, that's probably my favorite.
All right, I got a little goofy, funny question. All right. If you're down by 1 point right now in the game, who do you have taking the last shot? Yourself, LaMelo Ball, or Zion?
If it's an oop, I'm giving it to Zion. If it's a 3, I don't like Melo, so it's me.
As people heard you were coming back to Sydney, a target was placed not only your back, but the team's back. How were you able to keep calm and continue to win and compete?
At the end of the day, it's basketball. 5-on-5 on the court. I don't know. You're just coming back, playing with your friends. You've been doing it since 4th grade, 5th grade, so it's just it's a routine, it's a habit. So just come out and play basketball.
As you being one of the bigger athletes here at Sydney for football and basketball, many young kids look to you as a hero or an idol. But who was your hero or idol growing up?
My hero, my idol, people I looked up to was probably my brothers, Alec and Zyler. Always beating on me, always roughing me up. I wouldn't have the heart that I have right now if it wasn't for them. Seeing Zyler playing varsity, that made me want to play varsity shoot in 6th grade, so that just got me going and making me want to play basketball.
Now, outside of basketball, what were some other activities or things you did?
Played football for 3 years, starting quarterback. I don't know, played a little baseball before AAU started in 6th grade. I like to do this a lot, come out here and shoot on the rim, stuff like that, played a video game.
So other outside of basketball, what is a big accomplishment that isn't basketball?
Big accomplishment outside of basketball. Probably just being able to go to different schools and just talk to kids and stuff like that. It feels good to have people wanting me coming in their school and talking to their children and students and stuff like that.
So we see a different type of shoes at almost every game, different colors, different brands, different styles. What has to be your favorite shoe to hoop in?
Favorite shoe to hoop in? I'm going with my customized PG-13s, all black, blackout. Those are my favorite. They're comfy. It's my favorite.
So you went to Huntington Prep and something didn't work out, something happened, and you came back to Sidney. So what were some of the big factors in coming back to Sidney?
I feel like when I went there, I was going there to improve, to get better, play with better kids. But I felt like I was already on that level. Virginia Tech saw me. They said if you were at Sidney or if you're at Huntington Prep, either way, we'd have gave you an offer or we'd have started recruiting you. So I feel like I had no reason to leave, so I want to come back. For one, play in front of my brother. He wasn't able to make it the rest of the season, so that's a big part. Play in front of my mom and play with Ratez and Josiah, Keith, Darren, all of them. So that's probably the biggest part.
Now, as you just talked about playing with your friends, how much does that make any basketball any better and make you compete better, or what does having friends on the court help you with?
Oh, definitely. Competing. After the game, if we lose or win, we're talking about what happened, what we did wrong, what we did right. Best friend, you can say whatever to your best friend. I mean, just being a leader, you can say it to anybody, but you have that bond and that chemistry with them, so you can just talk to them through everything.
All right, now either high school or AAU, which game had to be the most memorable or your greatest game for you?
7th grade, we was playing in, I'm gonna say Georgia. We played against We All Can Go. It's probably the biggest middle school game in history, in middle school hoops history. Go on their page, you can check it out.
So who was on the other team that you faced during that game?
Tiger Campbell was on their team. He's at UCLA right now. He's the #1 point guard in the country at one point. Another African kid. He plays on Oregon right now, starting center. And then I had Jeremiah Francis on my team, Jordan Mitchell, Maury, Marco Bradley, grown man, #Krishan. But yeah, that's probably the biggest game.
As you ended your high school career and your AAU career, which one do you think had to be overall the most fun and most competitive?
Most competitive and fun was probably AAU. Every weekend we're in the hotel clowning and getting dubs, so that's probably the best part. You know, in the pools and stuff like that. But high school basketball is different. You're with all your best friends. You're making memories, beating records, doing it with your best friends. So that's probably high school basketball is probably my favorite.
Andre, a lot of people come to see you jump high. They come for the dunks. So if you had a fast break in the ball, what is your go-to dunk?
My go-to dunk is a 360 back scratcher. That's my go-to.
Is there any dunk that you would have liked to completed during your high school career or AAU career?
Yeah, between the legs. I wish I'd have got between the legs, but you know, I'll get it tonight. Just wait for it.
As you competed in the GWAC, you had many great close games. What was some of the best teams you've ever played in the GWAC?
Best teams in the GWAC. I'll start with my freshman year, probably Springfield. Played against Danny Davis and Harper, big dudes. They went to Division I football and basketball. Trotwood, sophomore year, was a great game. We ended up winning that game. Who else? I'll say Centerville. They're a nice team. Played them last year for the first time home. They're pretty good. Got Mo, and then you got Samari who drops 40 points a game. So that was probably a good game too.
Like I said earlier, the dunks. Everybody loves your dunks. So what do you think's the best game dunk you've ever pulled off?
It's a good one. Senior this year, I had a nasty back. Oh, Piqua. That was a back scratcher, but Piqua, they was talking, you had the crowd into it, we was into it. It's the beginning of the game, had a 360 back scratcher against them, and it teed off on them, so it's probably the best one.
Like I said earlier about kids looking up to you as a hero or a type of idol, what would you say to them to encourage them not only in sports but in life?
I would say just wherever you're from, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're working hard, you're putting 100% effort in. If you really love it, if you want it, you're going to be good. Whether you're from Anna, you're from Sidney, or you're from Trotwood, or you're from any Dayton area school. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you're putting the work in, then you're gonna go somewhere.
In your own opinion, rank the top 3 GOATs with Kobe, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James.
LeBron, Michael, Kobe.